Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Eventually, I'm doing a what's in the bag end of the year. Obviously, everyone knows I love buying clubs, I love getting new things. So my bag has chopped and changed a little bit over the kind of course of the year. But yeah, let's dive straight in and I'm going to tell you why and what's in the bag and just go into a little bit of detail. So, first of all, probably is the biggest change this year. Let's start off with the main important one, driver. So I had a Callaway Rogue ST Max LS driver. Probably made the mistake of putting in a different shaft, which I loved at the start, but then I just started really struggling with hitting it, to be honest with you. I had a very low, like knuckleball flight, and the only way I could get it up in the air, as you'll see on the video now, a perfect example was Rockcliffe, that pro tournament. When I'm having to play massive, big, kind of high fadey ones to get it up in the air, but I was struggling with that and it got a really hard shot to play eventually. So we switched and we actually went from extra stiff to stiff, the 1K Black 65 gram stiff shaft, which just gave me that little bit of extra launch. But we also swapped to the new TSR, a little bit muddy, TSR2 driver. 10 degrees, not 10 and a half, not 9. I honestly think this has been such a big turning point for me. Biggest time I noticed it really was probably Lindrick. The first time I really properly played with the driver. By the way, it's very windy. I just feel like this driver is so forgiving. I didn't go TSR3, I went TSR2 in the driver just to get that extra bit of help. I can hit this out the toe, out the heel, a little bit high on the face, and it's still pretty much going to be in the fairway. You'll only ever see me now the odd times hit a bit of a slice or a tiny bit of a fade. That's obviously me. But honestly, like this club coming in the bag probably is only about a month and a half ago, where I'm now every round breaking 80. And I honestly think it's because I'm finding more fairways, and this driver, I'm not even blowing smoke up anyone's bum here. It's unbelievable. 3-wood, obviously you all know I loved my 4-wood, but I felt like if I can hit a 4-wood and it's going like 240, 250, surely I can now hit a 3-wood. When I first started golf, 18 handicapper, 15 handicapper, hated 3-woods. No, there's no way I'm hitting a 3-wood. More confidence builds. So we switched for the TSR3 3-wood. The advantage being, I can hit a 4-wood, I can now hit a 3-wood. Tankersley Park, tee shot, 3-wood, bomb, 265 yards. It's now perfect go-to club for a fairway finder for a short par 4. And again, this TSR range is just so forgiving. But like I said, it was hard for me to part with the 4-wood because you all know how much I love the 4-wood, but I'm getting an extra 15, 20 yards. I love the 3-wood. Then I kind of chop and change between these. Obviously there's 15 clubs in my bag. I just got them all out to show you what club's in. If I'm going to play somewhere really tight, you seen me review earlier in the year, the Stealth TaylorMade UDI. I actually got, interestingly enough, I didn't get the 2, I got the 3 and bent it to the same degree as a 2-iron. So it's all the forgiveness and stuff and the build of a 3-iron bent to a 2-iron. So I get a really good kind of, in winter obviously about a 220, but in summer this can roll out a 240, really good club. And then like I said, I've still actually got this little beauty. This is the Callaway Rogue ST 20 degree hybrid. Quite a big head for a hybrid, to be fair. Quite a forgiving club. Again, I'll show you a couple of shots now where I've absolutely nailed this off the deck, and I also have nailed it on a couple of tee shots. Again, Tankersley Park's a good example. Got a Scotty in the summer, then I got it engraved and all the colours done by Bling My Swing. That looked amazing. I loved that putter. But then this came out, and me being me, I just fancy, I don't know why I fancy it. This is the special edition Scotty Cameron Jet Set. This is the Newport 2 Plus. Not a 2.5, not a 2, but look at it. It's absolutely amazing. Like I said, I've always been an okay putter. I've recently just got this grip put on it. The Scotty Cameron grips are really thin. And again, this combination of this grip is just literally perfect. Just fits my hands on perfect. And like I said, my putting, as you all know, is been pretty solid, to be honest with you. So yeah, we've got the Jet Set putter. So that's kind of a driver. I've got a TSR driver, 3-wood. I switch between hybrid and drive 9, depending on where I'm playing. Let's dive into my irons. So irons, start of the year, we had the Rogue Pro STs. Big problem for me was stopping them on the green. Just be careful when you're going for these strong lofted clubs, because you go for a fit in and yeah, you're hitting a 7-iron 180 yards. Yeah, it's wicked. But in summer, that ball is not going to stop. I was getting to the green and being like, I've seen it bounce on the green, it's going to be on the green. Playing with like Dan, whose ball bounced on the green, get to the green, his ball's on the green, mine's 20 yards off the back because you can't get the spin to stop them. So just be careful. And I thought, I can't get better clubs, I'm not good enough. I had P790s, my mates have got P770s. The next one down is obviously the P7MCs. Again, it's quite a thin club. These aren't like, they're not blades, but they're not that thick. But they are still a little bit forgiving. And the main thing for me with these, I dropped again from stiff. So these are 105 stiff. 105 stiff shafts in the TaylorMade P7MCs. For me, I just found a really nice balance. When these hit the green, my 7-iron now spins about 6,200, 6,300, and it stops. My 7-iron goes 170 yards and it stops in 5 yards. In the summer, that was a massive game changer for me. I was hitting greens and the ball was actually stopping. So I was on the green, I wasn't chipping, I made more pars. But yeah, absolutely love these, to be fair. Obviously, you know I'm toying with them Mizuno blue clubs, but I'll have to match them to these before they even thought about going in the bag, because I will admit, these have been a game changer. And don't be scared, I got these at about 9 handicap really. So don't be scared of going for that thinner club that looks a bit more not forgiving. Sacrifice 10 yards to get more spin, because it will help you. I sacrificed about 15 yards with my 7-iron. It's a million times better. It's just a million times better. So they're my irons. Again, in the summer, I just went for, I used to have the Jaws wedges and stuff like that. I just fancied getting the Titleist Vokeys. I've got a 50 degree. I've got a 56. That 56 is actually bent to a 55. Again, 60 I use around the green. I am actually changing these again. I'm going to swap them because I think I got the wrong bounces. As you all know, I'm not the best in bunkers. For some reason, I've got an 8 bounce. 8. A freaking 8. I need like a 12. So I'm swapping the 60 degree from 8 bounce to 12. Help us in bunkers. My 56 is going from an 8 to a 10, I think. Or maybe a 12 as well. Again, get that extra bit of bounce around the greens. And my 50 is staying how it is. Also, ball-wise, I've actually been playing these balls since about the summer. I'm trying to think. Obviously I either play a Pro V. So I've gone a bit softer with the balls. I found that I was playing with Pro V1Xs, TP5Xs, or whatever, and they were just, I wasn't getting the spin. I've actually only got a yellow one in my bag, but I've actually been playing the Bridgestone Tour Super Soft. That was the difference in my 7-iron. It went from spinning like 5,800, 5,900 to spinning like 6,200, 6,300. I was getting more spin with my irons, and around the green, that extra spin with a soft ball. I remember Dustin Johnson said, like literally, no amateur should be using a hard ball. Get a soft ball, right? So for me, these Bridgestone Tour B XS, extra spin, no, extra soft. I don't know why I keep doing this. So there's the white one. I've literally just got the yellow one. I didn't actually realise they say Tiger on them, but they do. Watch-wise, this is the Garmin watch, the Garmin Mark Q. To be honest with you, I've had tag watches throughout the summer. You've all seen that on my Instagram, stuff like that. For me, the best golf watches is the Garmin. You've got the Garmin S60, which if you don't want to spend a lot of money, a couple £100 on a Garmin S60, just for the stats alone. I use my watch basically for the stats. Like you might see me on Instagram posting my rounds where it tells me how many putts I've had, how many greens in regulation I had, how many fairways I hit. And that's really good to then go to your coach and be like, look, I played yesterday. I was unbelievable at greens and reg. I hit every single green, but I only hit 4 fairways. Right, so we need to work on driver. Right, I had a good round, but I had 40 putts. Okay, so we need a putting lesson. My watch is my stats. That's where, in Garmin, it's very easy after every hole just to pop your stats in. Like literally it comes up fairway, putts, what score you got, next hole. So easy. So for me, Garmin's are pretty much up there. S60 if you don't want to spend the money. And an S62 if you fancy something a little bit better. A rangefinder, I've got a Bushnell. A lot of people use their watch for the distances. I don't. For some reason, I'll look at my watch and it'll say 110, and then I'll zap the flag and it'll be 119. That's a total different shot for me. So just that you cannot get any more accurate than a rangefinder. So for me, I have my watch for my stats, And my rangefinder, I do everything with my rangefinder. I zap flags from 50 yards away. I always use this, to be fair. But these, again, these are pretty expensive for what they are. I've recently actually just used one from American Golf, a little review. It's called Tech. I think they're about 200 quid. Unbelievable. So if you do want a rangefinder, you don't want to spend the money, I think it's Tech. They're yellow or something from American. You can get American Golf or whatever, but they're really good. And then the next two important things everyone should have in the bag: one of these little bad boys to clean your club, because if you don't clean your clubs, which I didn't know this, but there's a massive difference from hitting a golf ball with mud in your grooves. That's just a flat bit of metal. Them grooves are there for a reason. That's how you get the spin. Make sure before every shot, I just literally pull these out, give my clubs a little wipe. And obviously I've got my towel just to get all the mud off and stuff like that. Got this bag not long ago. I had a tour bag, that blue one, absolutely love it, but it was a nightmare on trolleys, massive in the car. So this is actually this isn't a tour bag, this is the Titleist cart bag, so it fits really perfectly on my trolley. That's it from me. Like I said, that's the what's in the bag end of this year. Again, irons, I don't know yet, but you never know, they could change. It'll take a hell of a lot. I know Titleist and Callaway bring out their drivers in January, but it will take a hell of a lot for this driver to go anywhere. Same with the putter, and obviously my wedges are solid. So yeah, from me, that's what's in the bag, end of 2022. I'll see you very soon.